Hey there, Class 10 Rockstars. Welcome back to another ICSE MasterClass Explainer. Look, let's be totally real for a second, okay? I know exactly why you're tuning in today. Shares and dividends. It's that one chapter with massive weightage in your ICSE boards. Honestly, it's the chapter that literally makes or breaks that perfect 100 in math. But hey, I promise you this, stick with me to the end of this session and you're going to be fully equipped to score full marks on every single question they throw at you. Before we unlock all those secrets, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button right now at ICSE Masterclass 10 on YouTube. Give us a follow on Instagram at ICSE Masterclass for your daily tips, and head straight down to the description to join our official Telegram channel at t.m/ICSE_class10_WIPV. That is exactly where you'll find the ultimate free notes bundle for this exact explainer. You ready to do this? Let's dive in. So, here's our blueprint for conquering this chapter today. We're going to start with an intro to shares, NV, and NV. Next, we'll hit dividends and those golden formulas you got to know. Then we dive right into Type 1 shares and investment problems, followed by Type 2 return percentage yields. And finally, we'll wrap up with a masterclass challenge tackling board PYQs. All right, Section 1, Intro to Shares, NV and M and V. Let's learn the language of the stock market.
Okay, so we really need to make a crystal clear distinction between nominal value and market value. Think of it like this. Imagine you just finished writing your math board exam. You walk out of the hall, tally up your answers, and you lock in your head, I'm scoring an 80, right? That expected score is fixed in your mind. Well, that's your nominal value, or NV. It's the original printed face value of a share, and it never ever changes. But flash forward a month, and your teacher actually grades the paper. Maybe you made a silly unit mistake, or maybe you got an extra mark for a really brilliant step. Your actual score comes out to a 78, or maybe an 85. That fluctuating real-world result, that's your market value, or MV. Depending on how the stock market is behaving, the trading cash price of a share is constantly fluctuating up and down. So just remember, NV is fixed, MV is variable. Keep that locked in.
Building right on that idea, there are 3 distinct market conditions you're absolutely going to be tested on. First up is at par. This is super simple. It's when your market value exactly equals your nominal value. You expected an 80, you got an 80. Second is at premium or above par. This means the market value is strictly greater than the nominal value. And think about it, paying a premium literally means paying extra because the company is doing incredibly well. Finally, the third condition is at discount or below par. This happens when the market value drops below the nominal value. You're essentially getting a deal on the share price because, well, the company might be underperforming a bit. Crisp, clear, and super easy to remember, right? Moving right along to Section 2, dividends and the golden formulas. This is the math of profit. Now listen to me very carefully. If you take absolutely nothing else away from this entire explainer, let it be this warning. Dividend is always calculated on the nominal value, never on the market value. I can't stress this enough. This is the absolute biggest trap where 90% of ICSE students lose their board marks. The examiners are literally going to throw the market value at you just to distract you. Do not take the bait. Imprint this rule in your mind right now. Dividends love NV. They completely ignore NV. Okay, so here they are, your 3 golden formulas. Go ahead and take a screenshot right now for your revision. I'll wait. Got it? Awesome. Formula 1. Your total investment is simply the number of shares multiplied by the market value, because obviously you're buying shares at whatever price the market dictates. Formula 2. Your total dividend, which is just your annual income, is the number of shares times the dividend percentage multiplied by the nominal value. Notice the NV there. In Formula 3, your yield percentage, which is basically your return on investment, is simply your total dividend divided by your total investment, all multiplied by 100. Screenshot saved? Perfect. Let's actually use them. All right, Section 3, Type 1 problems, focusing on shares and investment. Let's do some guided practice. Let's look at our first problem together. It reads, Aishwarya bought 496 RS100 shares at 132 each. Find the total investment made by her. Now, as your mentor, the very first thing I want you to do when you see a question like this is become a detective. We got to extract the right parameters from the wording. Let's break down the math step by step. Step 1, identify your data. The phrase RS100 shares tells us the fixed printed price, right? So the nominal value, RNV, is 100. She bought them at RS132 each, which is that fluctuating trading price we talked about, making the market value, or MV, 132. And the number of shares? That's 496. Step 2, recall that first golden formula we just screenshotted. Investment equals number of shares multiplied by market value. So for step 3, we just calculate it. On our exam sheet, we're writing 496 multiplied by 132. And that gives us our final answer, 65,472 rupees. Now pay super close attention to this. Always, and I mean always, write the currency unit, the R's symbol, in your final answer. Board examiners are notoriously strict about this stuff, and you definitely do not want silly mark deductions when you've already done all the heavy lifting flawlessly. Moving on to Section 4, Type 2 problems, return percentage yield.
Okay, here's the problem. Ajay owns 560 shares. Face value is 25 RS. Dividend is 9%. Market value is 30 RS. Calculate his return percentage. Stop right there. Before you even touch your pen to paper, alarm bells should be ringing in your head. Remember the trap we just talked about? Face value, which, by the way, is just another word for nominal value, is 25 RS, but the market value is 30. When we calculate that 9% dividend, which one are we supposed to use?
Let's calculate this together. Step 1, find the dividend. The formula is shares times dividend percent times nominal value. If you correctly yelled out RS25 just now, give yourself a massive pat on the back. You just saved your board marks. So 560 times 9 over 100 times 25 gives us an income of 1,260. Step 2, find the total investment. Now, investment relies on the actual cash paid, which is the market value. So 560 shares times RS30 equals 16,800. Step 3, calculate the return percentage or yield. We just take our total dividend of 1,260, divide it by our total investment of 16,800, and multiply the whole thing by 100. And that leaves us with a clean return percentage of 7.5%. See? Do you see how applying the golden formula systematically, step by step, makes even the most complex-looking problems feel like an absolute breeze? It's like a giant puzzle, and you just need to trust the structure. Welcome to Section 5, the MasterClass Challenge, tackling board PYQs. This is the final boss. Read this actual board question carefully with me. Salman buys 50 shares of face value RS100, available at RS132. The dividend is 7.5%. Find his annual income. I'm going to pause for just a second here. Look at those numbers. Mentally set up the solution in your head before I reveal the steps. Ask yourself, which numbers actually matter for annual income, and which number is the trap? All right, let's break down the exact math. Step 1, identify our heroes. The number of shares is 50. Nominal value or face value is 100. The dividend percentage is 7.5%. Step 2, what about that RS132? Ignore it. Literally, explicitly cross it out in your mind. That 132 market value is a deliberate distractor placed by the examiner just to mess up your income calculation. Step 3, apply golden formula number 2. Annual income equals 50 shares times 7.5 over 100 times our nominal value of 100. The hundreds cancel out perfectly, leaving us with 50 times 7.5, which gives us a final annual income of 375 rupees. Huge congratulations to those of you who mentally got that correct. You're officially fully equipped to tackle this chapter with absolute confidence in your board exams. Honestly, you guys put in the work today, and that deserves some serious recognition. To make sure these concepts stay completely locked in your brain, check the description right now for the Telegram link at t.me/ICSE_class10_WPIV to download your free comprehensive notes bundle. Don't forget to hit subscribe to @ICSE MasterClass 10 so you never miss an explainer. Remember, just by learning to avoid that market value dividend trap today, you have already put yourself in the top 10% of board candidates. Keep that empowering thought with you, keep practicing, and I will see you in the next Masterclass Explainer.